But it's all good. She's a great woman. Now, before I get to it, and by the way, again, because I got to piece up how I could even play this. I got to piece it up. Because I don't want to, cognizantly, and I would never disrespect the court. So even though it wasn't told to me by a judge, it was told to me in a deposition proceeding that certain exhibits that they would show me, whether it be text messages that they received from turned over cell phones or whatever, those particular things are under a protective order. So I can't show you those things, guys. I can't, and I won't. And even though I just have raw footage that I'll be able to go back to, I have to make sure, and I'm going to do my utmost best because I don't want to show those things. There's nothing there anyway, I'm going to be honest. But I want to make sure in me showing you guys, and by the way, I told them, I said, hey, listen, I understand what a protective order is, but if you ask me a question, did you walk your dog today? I definitely plan to go online and tell them, you asked me if I walked my dog today. So questions and conversations that doesn't seem to contain privileged material that you're presenting to me, those things I am absolutely finna go. Like, this ain't secret. You ain't about to, y'all ain't about to, Rock Nation ain't about to kill me in secret. Y'all gotta kill me in public. I'm sorry, okay? And I'm saying that tongue in cheek. Anyway. So that happens, but before I get to, I'm gonna start playing a few things that maybe you guys would care about. I ain't gonna lie. Rock Nation might have sent the B squad, man. Yo, you might send the B squad at the boy. If y'all gonna send the squad, you might want to send the A, okay? Might want to send the A squad. The A squad gonna be the squad, all right? Because also, I'm thinking, why y'all want to put me in a deposition when y'all know I have the biggest mouth in hip-hop history? Pause. That sounded crazy, huh? Okay, let me just put this up here, like that, and that, like that, and like that. Okay. Now, first and foremost, so after hour five, I'm doing my little thing. I got, I had a little bit of essential water. I came in with a plate, like a cookout, start eating, wash it down with some Gatorade, bored me a little bit. So, of course, had to, go get a little cup of, some essential. And didn't matter. I was still sharp as a knife. So we get to about like hour five. They're hoping I'm exhausted. I could tell. You see, these motherfuckers work on the clock. They're trying to get out of here. I'm like, we got content. I'm good. Nigga, I canceled my day. We got bomb tent. We're here. Don't you worry. I knew you niggas was doing some fuck shit. All I had to do was just sit back and let y'all expose yourselves and expose your angles. I've been waiting for this moment. Because when I tell every nigga in the industry that Rock Nation be doing all type of fuck shit, they're like, what are you talking about? Jay-Z's a good guy. I'm like, I ain't saying nothing about Jay-Z. That company, they're only on fuck shit. So, I'm sipping, but still sharp as a knife. Anyway, it gets to one point. This is hour five. They're exhausted. Yo, Big Act is... Listen, chat, I could stream for 12 hours talking to myself. You think 5 attorneys gonna get me? Nigga, I'm talking their ear off. Yo, they get so tired. Remember, they're working on the hour. Each of these lawyers, like for a big law firm like this, they might be getting $1,000 an hour, $1,500 an hour. Just do the math. Look how many lawyers they got on here and just say 1,000. Let's say everyone's getting $1,000 an hour. We all spent 7 hours. 7 hours, 7,000 per person. Meg and Rock Nation, whoever, probably spent about $21,000 to talk to me. And don't worry, I felt we got content, so I'm good with it. Because I was like, damn, the lawyer's getting paid. I'm going to get paid out for this. We got bomb tent. Here we go. So, hour 5, chat, they're exhausted. They don't like working too long. Big Act, I clock in for a good 24. I'm good. So, they asked to put up an exhibit and say, hey, exhibit girl, could you put up an exhibit that we want to show Ack? They fucked up. Shorty, instead of putting up the exhibit, shows her screen. And I see the chat. I see the chat of the conversation happening with the lawyers. Oh, you want to see? By the way, when that happened, I had a nice smirk on my face. I said, I made a little timestamp. Don't worry. I'm going to come back to it. Here's a screenshot here. Bang! Quinn Emanuel, look at this. Y'all done fucked up now. Here, I mean, oh, they put up the wrong thing. Y'all done fucked up now. Look at all these motherfuckers. Okay. Look, I don't know why they're talking about OVO. What is OVO? I don't know why Quinn Emanuel in their Slack, I think this is Slack, is saying OVO. I don't know. Then the other one says, Marie, good. I got more than we thought we would on that. Just make sure you're sharing the right screen. So she did it once. And the other ones are saying, yo, you shared the wrong screen. Like, you got to get, come on, like, we're getting paid $1,500 an hour. We got to do this right. We're bleeding Meg's pockets. Let's come with some results. Okay? Bet. You know, they did it again. Watch this. This is how I know I was getting on their skin, chat. Look at this shit, chat. Look, I'm talking their ear off. They said, if he won't shut the fuck up, I'm never getting through this. Yeah, I had a lot to say. I had a lot of motherfucking things to say. I had a lot to say. Told my if I don't shut the fuck up, you ain't getting through this. You ain't gonna get through this. Keep building Meg Thee Stallion and Rock Nation. I got a lot to say. Nah, homie, listen, yo, but today, cuz, I had time, cuz. Look, she just fucking shared our Slack. Atlanta, they're trying to fire you. You the black girl over there. She was a black girl. So the black girl was the exhibit girl. She accidentally shared the shit, and they stopped having her share the shit. Then the lawyer, they're both lawyers. Then the other lawyer tried to share it. Then she did the same thing. So, yo, Atlanta, you're a black girl. I saw you laughing at a couple of my jokes. I know you're over there with the bad people. You're over there with that side, but it's okay. I know you're trying to get your check, okay? Get in and get out. Marie, Team Rock, what the fuck? Unfucking believable. Here's the interesting part. Tell Dez. By the way, I posted we had a break. I told him I wouldn't be on my phone while I'm answering questions. But these lawyers, they couldn't either hold their bladder or they all needed food. I think somebody did number 2 or something while we were doing it. They're like, yo, we need some more time. We got to go to the bathroom. I'm like, damn. Yo, what y'all got in the cafeteria up there at the Rock Nation lawyer offices? They couldn't hold their bladders. Break after break after break. So on one of the breaks, I posted, yo, they're asking me crazy shit up in here about Drake, everybody. Listen, I'm going to snitch. I'm going to tell the world. Look what she says. And this is where I realize we got you. Y'all are liars. Tell Dez. If you the lawyer for Meg and Pete, why would you need to tell Dez? Who's Dez? The only Dez that I know, and I could be wrong. Desiree Perez, the co-founder and chief executive officer of Rock Nation. So you did this. So with y'all sitting there with me for 7 hours claiming that y'all had zero affiliation. And that, yes, even if y'all did represent Rock Nation, this is a Meg Thee Stallion thing. My conduct in that deposition, y'all are in an internal chat reporting, go tell Rock Nation CEO this. Akademiks is posting about the deposition. Come on, gang. Come on. When I tell y'all that Rock Nation, Desiree Perez, in my belief, is lining the whole industry up, and everything, even the Meg Thee Stallion, the Halle Baileys of the world, if you connected to Rock Nation, trust me, they're cooking up some type of poisonous secret sauce to get your ass. Y'all think I'm lying? Well, here it is in 4K. The lawyers of Megan Thee Stallion, because I posted a story saying, yo, I'm in this deposition. They're asking about Drake. She says, tell Dez. I said he couldn't get to the end of the depo without posting about it. All these names, it'll be interesting to figure out who these people are. Kayla Fleming, Julian Scholem, Joseph Bocci. They're probably pretty good. They're probably pretty good guys. I have nothing wrong with Quinn Emanuel, but I could tell that Rock Nation is a puppeteer pulling them strings. That's not on to y'all, chat. This particular deposition, I'm not a defendant. I'm not an involved party. They claim that I might have discoverable evidence. That's why they've subpoenaed me. And the subpoena required me to do a deposition that they should have been asking me about my knowledge of any information that could help or hurt the defendant or the plaintiff. And the people they asked me about was people like Nicki Minaj, Drizzy Drake. Hey, did Drake ever pay you? Did he ever do this? Who is Grand Wizard Chat Nigga? What else they asked me? Well, they asked me everything. But y'all didn't focus on the case. They asked me mostly about Tory. It's a little bit odd to me. But anyway, if anyone, because sometimes people think I'm a kook. Like, yo, Wack, you just making shit up. In the deposition for Meg, they're saying tell Desiree. And by the way, chat, even with a little bit of, essential water in my system, 5 hours in, I spotted that mistake. It was on the screen for 3 seconds. I mentally timestamped it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Yo, let me in the Slack channel. I want to be up in the Slack channel. I can't get in here. Yo, they ain't gonna let me in the Slack channel though. So they ain't gonna let me in the Slack channel. I want to be up in there with Marie. Marie bad. I want to be up in there with her. I want to be up in there with her. Look at this. Anyway. So let me see what I can share. These people, man. These motherfucking people, man. Let's see if we can start like this. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you want to see how I pulled up? So I pulled up, chat. I ain't even gonna cap with you, chat. This is how I pulled up. This is how I started. This is how I pulled up.
Hey, Mr. Allen.
Hey, how you doing? You hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
I hear you.
Okay, great. So we're going to get started and ready to go.
Food was banging. Amazing.
Oh, in a couple.
You know my mama here, right? My mom made some shit. Oh my God.
Couple minutes. I don't know if the videographer or the court reporter have just some sort of spelling question.
Atlanta. I could tell this chick hating on you because I could see. I know you seen it too. Because she talking shit. You made a mistake. She made the same mistake, but she over here cussing you out like you ain't shit. I heard how she talked to you. If they fire you up there, I got you as general counsel of the academy. I need you over here. I need a black queen over here, man. I need a black queen. I need a black queen as general counsel of the academy. Okay? So if they fire you or they play games with you, just get at me, but this offer only lasts for 90 days. Because other than that, I'm going to think that Jay-Z sent you in as a mole to backdoor me. Okay? I got to be honest. Okay? Anyway.
It's for you before we start, okay?
Yes, sir. First, could you give me your full legal name, sir?
Livingston Allen. All right. Anyway, it's a lot. So they do a lot of talking. And then they start asking about, yo, what do? You do stream? What's the dirt? Of course I'm going to make content out of this. You made me this whole day. And any other little niggas that want to get me in depositions, trust me, I'm making content. Because I got nothing to hide. I probably said more online than I've probably said in private anyway. So the fuck you think that I'm like, oh, hope that doesn't come out. Bring it out. At me. Well, at least at first. And then we missed that date, but whatever.
Right, and that was.
All right, I got to skip through this.
I'm just asking if that individual runs the account.
Oh, they was on Grand Wizard's dick. I swear. I swear.
I'm just asking if that individual runs the account. Who does run the Akademiks TV accounts?
Ran by multiple people, but one of my close friends does run it. His name is Grand Wizard. He runs that. Grand Wizard Chat Nigga. Here we go.
Grand Wizard Chat. What?
Nigga.
Okay.
Can you spell that, Nick? I didn't get that.
Now, I thought he was playing with me. What you mean spell nigga? What you mean? You know what that... Come on, stop playing with me. I had to get it right.
The last part of the name.
Huh? Spell the last part of the name? Look, even the black girl was like, hold on now. N-I-G-G-A, or we... Even the black girl was like, hold on now. Hold on. Hey, Atlanta, I don't know if I'm saying your name wrong. Them white people up there, I can see. Yo, even the black chick was like, wait, hold on now. What the fuck? What we doing? What we doing? Yo, she on her Anthony Fantano shit. Close Friends does run it. His name is Grand Wizard. He runs that. Grand Wizard chat nigga. Keep watching Shorty in the left right here. I fuck with her.
Grand Wizard chat. What?
Nigga.
Okay.
Can you spell that?
Can you spell it? Oh, nah. This is that Jim Crow shit right here. Hold on now. We gonna do it.
I didn't get that the last.
Look at my face and look at her. It's black. Yo, you see? Black people got a shared consciousness. Even though she's over there working with Venom in them, she knows what it is. What you mean? Like, come on, bitch. Like, you playing now. Look, both our faces say the same thing. Look at our faces. What? Look at her face. Her face is like, let me just keep milking Desiree Perez, Meg Thee Stallion, and motherfucking Sean Carter. We over here like, should we call Dr. Dr. Umar might need some bread. I don't know if he's going to come over here. I don't know if Dr. Umar going to come over here. Who do we call when we find some racism now? If we feel like this is about to be some racism, who is the number one person we going to call? Because she was giving the look too. Yeah, she knew what it was. Who were we going to call? I don't know who we call. Okay, anyway.
For the name.
Are we spelling the N-I-G-G-A? Or I got to let them know it's N-I-G-G-A. You feel me? I don't know if she was trying to figure out if it was an ER type of situation.
I didn't hear it clearly. That's why.
Okay. It's Grand Wizard chat niggas, all one word.
And I think, for purposes of this.
With the A, not
fine,
the ER.
Understood?
Look, see? Clock it. Clock it, girl. Clock it. Clock it. Clock it. Clock that shit, girl. She know what it is. You know what it is, man. Stop playing. Y'all stop playing. Clock that shit. Facts. We're calling Tory Lanez if this shit wasn't left. Feel me? Yeah. I had to make it known on the record. It's with an A, not an ER. Relax.
Call Dago.
We gonna call somebody. Here we go.
But
Yeah, you could tell. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm fucking with Shorty, though. I ain't fucking with Shorty. I'm fucking with Shorty. Still. I'll take her out for drinks. Come on now. This one over here. Man, do your hair, bro. Do your hair, Shorty. Right, come on, man. Get right, man. Get right. Come on, let's get in the game.
but I think you fine if I just call him Grand Wizard or Grand Wizard chat.
We could use that. I'll be comfortable if you use that, yes. Yeah, I'll be comfortable. Because if you start saying nigga up in here, we might have a problem. I know y'all work for Rock Nation, but there might be a problem up in here. This deposition might stop getting deposed. Facts.
Okay, great. That's what I feel most comfortable using.
Look,
How did you first interact
Yo, you see that look she gave? That was a racism check. Like, bitch, I knew you was racist the whole time in the office, man. It's all good.
with the individual who runs the Grand Wizard chat account?
He was a huge supporter of mine, going back for probably over 10 years. And I've always, embraced the audience as you guys helped me build the platform. The platform belongs to you as well. So he's kind of done his thing and built up a great meme page and, utilize the fact that we had an audience, provided related content, built up his page. And then eventually at a certain point, I was saying, hey, listen, I got to do a million things. I got to stream. I got to do these. I got to do business call. Okay, I'm not going to play everything. Listen, Grant's my man. Y'all know Grant's my man. Okay. Let me try to I'm going to get to, I don't know if I can show everything. I'm trying to skip through. Yeah, so they show my Instagram page. They could become members and all. Okay, so they started asking me about money. They said, how do you make money? I say, bro, I'm a streamer. I work with labels. I have other businesses, but you probably only care about the businesses online. And they only did. And it was mostly about, okay, well, I work I work in a music business, and I am a entertainer. Right? So I'm explaining the streaming. It could be memberships, donations, whatever. So there could be donations. Yeah, okay. So I'm explaining what streaming is to them. Then we get to me and said, hey, listen, we have a new artist. They're signed to this. So, and by the way, listen, I'm not one of them niggas who be like these people who be acting. Remember I used to get on Adam about that. Yo, listen, I tell y'all to promote artists. And I tell you how I get paid. I get paid for consultancy. I get paid. I work in the music business. I'm telling y'all this now. There's no secret. I promote, I consult, I help out in any capacity to help a label. Right now, there's a hot artist. I don't want to mention his name. I don't want y'all to connect no dots. Him and his label done fell out. They're at the point where lawyers are getting involved. I just got involved in a situation. I'm trying to make that situation amicable. Both sides only respect me. They don't want to talk to each other. All right, cool. I'm going to play marriage counsel. I'm going to try to get y'all together that y'all could get the records out, that if contract could be fulfilled, there's going to be a fee for that. I'm sorry. I've always said that. Like, brother, what do you think I am? Jay-Z, the biggest capitalist. Nobody got a problem with him. So, like, nigga, I don't got to hide what I do. I could tell y'all what the fuck. This record label that we have signed, and we wanted them to get some positive press for music. So we negotiated an amount, and they got some Instagram coverage. Okay, so there's asking about that. Now they start asking some dumb shit.
I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. You can continue if you.
Oh, I have been as well. Can't tell you what. Can't tell you, and it probably wasn't directly. Like, okay. I have. So they start asking me, well, who have paid you to promote their shit? Now, granted, they really just want to get names that they could like, because this is going to be posted. This is another thing. This is going to be posted. The transcript is going to be posted publicly. They want it to be like Ak is in a deposition saying that Drake pays for promotion. That's what they want. Now, if it was the truth, I would say it, but it ain't the truth. Here's the thing with this lawyer who I had to ask her like towards the end, have you really been in court? Because like, you seem like more emotionally arguing than actually like trying to factually say something or factually ask something or get to the facts. You almost seem like you want to testify more than me, because she would try her best to elicit certain answers. And here we go about the idea of paying for promo. Empire Music Distribution, they're independent. Also Create, they're independent. However, so it's basically telling them every label I work with, like, nigga, ain't a label I ain't work with. But I hope you get the drift. Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit.
You've pimped
and I've said that I pimped the record industry. I'm very proud of it.
the music industry.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember talking about that?
Yeah, well, I don't remember it specifically, but if I said that, it was more of their labels, whether with their knowledge or not.
Mm-hmm.
That
So who are the 10 artists that you were thinking of in that moment that you could tell somebody?
It probably was artists I was maybe not getting along with. So whatever artists that might have issues with me at the time, I was letting the audience know that this is a very interesting situation when we're going back and forth, because I've done business with their label and most likely for them. And usually at times I've had to turn down business because I've gotten into it with an artist just out of integrity. For example, me and an artist named D Savage, we weren't getting along. They tried to pay. By the way, I try to not name drop people. They wanted me to name drop big name. I could tell. I try to not name drop people because, again, I want people to take these headlines and run with it. And I'm not trying to embarrass no artist, by the way. You feel me? I'm just keeping the bean. I say this on my stream too. Pay me to do things or pay me to put things up that could possibly help promote his music, but his money was no good with me because this is someone I'm not getting along with, right? And it would look very confusing if I am promoting someone for money. I'm promoting someone that I'm not seeing eye to eye with. So that's the type of, example I was trying to make. Obviously, the number 10, there wasn't like, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but I hope you get the drift. The court reporter was mad at her the whole
Would
time.
have paid you to promote one of their artists' musics that we haven't identified.
I can't hear you.
Are there any other record labels that you haven't already told me about this morning that have paid you to promote one of their artists?
That pretty much encapsulates all of them, right? I said UMG, Sony, Warner. Those are the three record labels that control 85% of all actively. And by the way, I think everybody knows this, right? Like, there's no secret that's happening here where you're like, oh my god, I've worked with Interscope, I've worked with Republic, I've worked with everybody. Like, what the fuck? I've worked with Def Jam. I work with Def Jam a lot. You feel me? Like, I've worked with Atlantic. Like, brother, if you're breaking news thinking that or think I'm about to like be lying about, oh, I've never worked with labels. No, I love working with labels. They've been a part of my business for a good while. We recorded and stream music currently. So if those are the big three, everybody falls below them. Whether it's, I don't necessarily need to point out a particular label or not because that's their parent company. And then I say even independent companies or so to speak, independent companies like Rock Nation. Every time I said Rock Nation, she ain't like it. She didn't like the Rock Nation name drop. Because here's the thing, and this is what I was trying to say and state on the record. And I stated on the record in deposition, in court, and I say it on stream. Rock Nation, like every other label, they scummy, they do weird shit, they pay for shit. I'm not saying Rock Nation doesn't do other things that other labels don't do. One thing I'll say that they do that I don't see other labels do or do successfully is that they basically act like they use the cultural capital of Jay-Z and what seemed to be, oh, we're like the home team, and then they completely obliterate competition and also fuck up everybody else who are competitive artists who don't align with their goals. That's my issue. That's always been my issue with Rock Nation. But they're the regular label. Now, clearly she wants me to say, oh, Nicki's label or Drake's label pays for shit, but it's only them. No, nigga, everybody pay for shit. All y'all. I don't care who it is. And that's what I'm saying. The major three, UMG, Sony, Warner, and then we have the independents. And the independents are going to be Rock Nation, so to speak. And I'll explain what I mean by so to speak here.
Why'd you say so to speak when you were referring to Rock Nation?
Because usually most what we call independent companies, they fold up under what we call a major. And the majors are Sony, Warner Music Group, also Universal Music Group. The reason why I say so to speak with the Rock Nation, because I could name other record labels that are independent. Empire's independent. Empire Music Distribution, they're independent. Also Create, they're independent. However, the reason why I say so to speak with Rock Nation is because Rock Nation, from what I've seen, is a conglomerate that's owned by, I believe, Sean Carter, Jay-Z, along with Live Nation, and Live Nation is going through numerous antitrust, litigation and by the Department of Justice, I believe, because they're actually being accused of being a monopoly. So yeah, I don't know if you could be an independent company when you're 50% owned by like the Amazon of music companies. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I said so to speak. Oh, now they start asking. Yo, shout out to Shorty, man. I like her face. Pause. Well, not pause. Can't hear you.
Oh, have you ever been paid by 1501 to promote any of their artists?
15. That's Meg's like former label. 01. Oh, okay. That is Meg the Stallions or former label. I can't recall. I do believe I've got. By the way, I think I probably did. They had a girl afterward. I think they have paid for Meg, and this is me. Like again, I'm just kind of because I thought about that question. I think 1501, not directly. 1501 paid for Meg's promotion earlier in her career, or especially early on. These artists are gonna go through me. Like I'm keeping it a beat. I think 1501, not directly, but through 300, had paid for Meg. And then they paid for, there was another girl that was like Meg Light. And I don't want to disrespect her, but I forgot what her name was. I think they might have got paid for stuff for her too.
Sorry, go ahead.
And by the way, here's the thing. This is what litigation gonna bring. You see all this shit? Yo, you heard what Drake said, the darkest secrets are coming to light? I got no problem with them. This ain't secrets for me. These are secrets for these artists who act like they just got hot all of a sudden. So y'all can have me in a million deposition. I will sit there and spell out for every single artist who paid and who didn't. I will tell y'all niggas. Oh yeah, I ran that budget up. What are you talking about? So I give no fucks. I do believe I've gotten paid to promote Meg Stallion. She's a major artist. I know. Oh, look at her face. Look at her face. Look at her face. Ah! 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 I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's like she was trying to basically say someone other than Meg. Sorry. My memory only remembers. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Let me get some essential. I can't play without me being here because there's a protective order on certain exhibits. By the way, you know another reason why this is important for this to be seen? You know why this is important to be seen, chat? I'm going to tell you why. Because since we're in litigation time and everybody's suing, I got no problem with y'all suing. Everybody file y'all lawsuits, it's all good. Just know, Akademiks is volunteering to show up to any deposition y'all got. Just remember, when I start telling the truth and it don't align with what you wanted to hear, that might be a problem. That might be a problem. I'm just trying to tell y'all this. I will show up to y'all deposition. I got no problem. By the way, I could have easily ducked this. Process server showed up to my house 3 times. Last time I said, open the gate, let him in. Open the gate, let him in. Just look at that facial expression, chat. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Sidebar. Oh, she now folds up under Warner, but even at that time, going through 300, I know we had a relationship with 300 in that promotional aspect. So facts. I believe I have been as well. Can't tell you what, can't tell you, and it probably wasn't directly. Like, no, Meg nor 1501. I don't think 1501 ever, we've never invoiced them. So I can't say they've like, here's this amount and promote Meg. But have we promoted Meg for money? Of course. This is a music business. That's why I keep telling y'all, don't bring me up to y'all little deposition thing and I'm going to say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I'm gonna tell y'all the whole truth. Look at her face. She don't like that shit. She don't like this shit. Most of these artists, if they're major artists, they're gonna get promotion. We're in the promotion business. We're in the entertainment and promotion business. Yes. I want to put that out there. Big Ak has been on top of the promotion and promotion, entertainment, marketing, and digital marketing business for, I want to say, I'm going to clock it to around like 2018. That was the time we were done with, I used to do rounds with all these, like, fly out to LA, go meet all them people up there, hear their little digital plans, realize they're fucking idiots. Go over there, go listen to them. Go to Atlantic, realize a bunch of old kooks that run that shit. And the young guys, they're like, Ak, we need you to kind of really make it that we could get the shit we need to make it happen, because they don't understand how to promote new artists. Say no more, I got you. Yeah, I've been the guy. I've been the guy. Chat, y'all know the stream version of me. So I'm just keeping it a bean. Don't get mad at me. By the way, Kojo, this is what they want you to go do for Drake. You need to go up there and tell the truth. Tell the whole truth. Fuck it.
Would it be fair for me to say then that you have promoted many of the bigger?
Watch. What? By the way, yo, Meg, you got a rookie for this. Look, I said Meg Thee Stallion. She realized how it's going to look in print, and they're like, oh my God, let's try to get some other names in there. Watch this.
The biggest artists on the scene?
Here we go. Yes.
Okay, so that would include other big rappers in the same arena. So like Drake, Nicki Minaj.
Stop it. Oh, because I said Meg and them done did the deed. You say, but haven't you done the same with Meg, with Drake and Nicki? Huh? We gonna keep it a bean. And by the way, if I did, I would tell the truth. I ain't coming up here to lie. And if Drake could I wish Drake could give me like $500,000 to promote him. Nigga, I would tell y'all, I don't give two fucks. And I hope he wouldn't care, because why we lying?
Folks like that you've been paid to promote.
I've never been paid to promote Drake, which trust me, I'm not that happy about it. Okay, maybe my blind loyalty prevents me from getting that money. Anyway, never with Drake, and never with Nicki, even though I wish I did. Those two. And by the way, I want to stop it here because I know some of y'all might be like, yo, he says blind loyalty and he says he wish he did. Bro, I'm a businessman. I'm thinking from a business perspective. I want the niggas with the biggest budget. I know a small artist, I know what I could hit him for. I know what I could get out of them. Yo, you just 10 bands. You 5 bands. Whatever. I want the artist that I know got the $3 million budget, because I think I could get $100,000 out of that. Act a $100,000 man when it comes to the big artists. Of course, I'm a $100,000 man. Let's give Act the $100,000. I can't get it from a nigga who whole recording budget, marketing budget, studio budget. It's all $100,000. I can't get it. They're gonna be like, yo, I got $4,000 for you. Chat, we gotta eat. I'm sorry, we gotta eat. Anyway.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't realize you weren't done. Go ahead.
Just those two out of, if you're listening names, I'll tell you the names, but I don't give a fuck. But never those two, even though I
just want to stay. Hold on. Let's take a breathe and let's slow down.
That's court reporter.
I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. You can continue if you hadn't finished answering the question.
So I'm agreeing. Yes, I've helped and been paid to promote many of the biggest artists in the game. However, when you list those names, you actually list one of the few names that I haven't. And it's not that happy about it, but it just never did. But the majority of other artists you could probably mention, yes, in some way, form, yes.
And you said that you weren't so happy about not being paid to promote Drake, and you said it was probably due to your blind loyalty. Are you blindly loyal to Drake? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm talking about from a fan perspective, because I'm a fan of the music. So I speak about him. Okay, and chat. For anybody who was confused by me saying blind loyalty, I'm going to give, and I ain't going to lie, I remember this analogy because I hit it out the park off the top of the dome. Listen to this analogy, and that's exactly what I mean. It would be more lucrative for me to be this size media personality and have this size platform and never speak about Drake, because then it would have to be a thing where Republic could only get to my platform through money, and because it's Drake, I would tax him. But because I speak about him all the time, and here's the analogy. The analogy is so crazy. Listen. Enough where maybe paying me for promotion doesn't make sense. If someone has a show about a Mercedes car, you don't need in those 30-second ad breaks to continue to promote Mercedes cars. So I think that's what kind of happens. It's like, for example, some people online believe I've been paid to promote Tekashi 6ix9ine. Never have, never did. Of course, the reason why I said not that happy about it is because they have huge budgets. Of course, I would want it. However, all of those associations usually pays itself back. Exclusive interviews, information that we leak. It's usually worth its weight in gold. So, we don't look at it and be like, oh man, we didn't get paid from this person. But yeah.
Did you ever leak exclusive information from someone on Drake's camp? on his behalf?
They're on his dick. Yeah, sure, of course.
What type of information have you leaked that you received from Drake's camp?
Usually clearing up rumors. That's
Like about what?
It could be, someone. We live in the age of misinformation where fans have now, weaponized lies and misinformation to try to take down someone's. Actually, that sound like defamation. Right? So they would try to make his character look very unsavory or just like he's a horrible person. And if he's sending out a tweet saying, "Hey, listen, no, I didn't steal the candy from the candy shop," every 20 seconds, he'll never get music done. So, at times when it bubbles to the radar where we have to talk about it, I personally, I could be like, "Hey, Drake, is this true?" And he'll be like, "Hey, listen, here's the proof." It happens a lot with people saying, "Hey, I know this guy," or "I did this." He'll send me his DM with the person. Say, "I've never spoke to this person. This person's been messaging, talking to themselves." It's a one-sided conversation in the DMs for 18 years, and now they're claiming X, Y, and Z. So, yeah.
Do you communicate with him one-on-one and he gives you that information, or do you go through somebody on his team?
I speak with him one-on-one.
How long have you had contact with him one-on-one like that?
By the way, I want to remind y'all, we're in a deposition for Meg Thee Stallion and Milagro Cooper. They want to know about my relationship with Drake. Huh? I think they might have asked me, "Yo, Act, did you really buy the 30 body pillows? The 30 Drake body pillows? Them shits is nice. Is it plush?" I don't know why they want to know that. I don't know why when I seen a message of their group chat, they're in there typing OVO. I don't know. You got to tell me. I don't know. Right before they say OVO, they're saying, "Go tell Desiree or Des X, Y, and Z." I don't know why they're saying, who I interpret to be the Rock Nation CEO, "Go tell the Rock Nation CEO X, Y, and Z." Then they want to talk about Drake and OVO. I don't know why. But you guys are smart. Use your brain. We've kind of had a relationship where we speak directly. I don't know, going on maybe 6, 7, maybe 8 years.
Can we go off the record for a minute, please?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna. Okay. So they take bad breaks. They come back. Let me just take this off for a second because I want to play nothing. Use Robinhood. Okay. No.
So you don't have any kind of TD Bank brokerage accounts?
Okay. Oh, yeah. No. They want to know where I bank with.
So you don't have any kind of TD Bank?
Hold on.
No, your question, one question, and maybe it'll encapsulate your answer for a lot of things. So then fair for me to say that you've never been paid any compensation, whether crypto or any other medium, for posting specific content or not posting specific content. You've only been paid to promote music.
Yes.
Objection is the form.
You mentioned earlier that you've had conversations with Drake about, dispelling
Bro, how the fuck are they keep asking about Drake?
rumors that may exist about him. It seems like you guys have a pretty good relationship. Is that fair?
Yeah. It's my boy.
Has he ever sent you any sort of cryptocurrency or digital assets for any reason?
Drake has never transferred $1 with me. Sad, isn't it? That's a joke.
Where do you? I
write that down.
got that. I got that from the laugh. I think we could agree it was a joke. Where do you typically do your banking?
Do my what?
Your banking.
My banking? Nah, that was crazy. I was just skip past that.
And they were a sponsor of one of yours?
Oh, then they start asking about steak. Yeah, I think steak is a
Compensation for your work?
Nope. Wait, hold on. Let me see what that is. Nope. Let me see.
So you don't have any kind of TD Bank brokerage accounts, JP Morgan, anything like that? No, nothing from Alliance Bernstein.
Nope.
Do you have any joint accounts with anybody through which you receive any kind of compensation for your work?
Nope.
What is stake?
Eddie, Rock Nation on your ass too. Rock Nation on your ass too. What, steak? How the... Hello, what are we talking about now? What are we talking about? Yo, Jay-Z, I know you didn't get your gambling contract in Times Square, but if you trying to get down with steak, I put you on the phone with Eddie. Yo, we get you on steak. I know you see Drake running it up. How Rock Nation and Meg Thee Stallion lawyers asking me about steak? Stake is a online gambling company.
Okay. And it's a crypto-based online gambling company, right?
Well, yeah, I think they're based in crypto, but they also deal with, cash, at least on withdrawals. Yeah.
And they were a sponsor of one of yours previously?
Yeah. Great guys. Steak is great people. Steak is amazing people. They've only treated me with the utmost respect. Rock Nation, I see what y'all got going on. I get it. Meg Thee Stallion album may not be doing too well. Nobody checking for her musically. People think she's a liar. But what that got to do with my good folks over at steak.com? Well, I'm in the U.S., so I prefer steak.us. But still, asking me all type of questions. You go from Drake to steak? What?
Do you get to know, well, let me back up and ask you a different question. Did you ever get to know or meet the individuals who own Stake?
Oh, this is federal. This is federal, chat. They want to know you met the niggas who own the shit. What? No.
How did you get connected with the individuals at Stake to be in a sponsor relationship?
Nah, this is fair shit. This is fair shit. Fair shit. I'm gonna skip past some of this. I'll tell you what my answer was. I did a deal with Dual Bits back in the day, and after I did a deal with Dual Bits, I think Stake approached me. I'm gonna say it. Just so y'all don't think I'm being weird. I think another streamer introduced me.
Do you remember who that streamer was?
Fair shit. I'm trying to remember. Who was it? I think it was the Essential one. I didn't recall at the time. I didn't recall. This was years ago. Actually, no. On second thought, I think what happened was I got introduced to a company named Dual Bits. I was doing business with Dual Bits, and Dual Bits, I think Stake then seen me, and then they approached me, and we started doing business. Shout out to Stake. Shout out to Stake. This is why yo. Shout out to Stake. Shout out to Kick. Shout out to the gang. I don't know what y'all talking about. Hey, listen. As long as you do it, then it go. Now they ask mad questions about Stake, so I'm gonna skip past all that. Y'all want to get to the Tory argument? So when we get to Tory, it start becoming combatant. Like it stopped being. So this is a deposition. It's supposed to be I ask a question, you answer a question. It's not a conversation. It's not a sassy response. It's whatever my question is, whatever your answer is, we move on. But she gets personal, I think.
Did you know who he was before you met him?
Yes, he was a wildly successful. Oh, here's a story. It's a long time ago. I kind of first met.
When did you first meet Tory Lanez?
First met Tory Lanez. Feels like such a long time ago. I kind of almost want to say like 2000 and might have been like crap. How long I've been doing this? Like maybe 18, 19.
Did you know who he was before you met him?
Yes, he was a wildly successful music star. someone who I enjoyed his music a lot, and someone who was very ambitious in trying to get the eyes, ears, and attention of not only fans, but even challenge some of the top rappers, including my favorite top rapper, which was Drake.
Were you a fan of Tory Lanez's music before you met him?
Yeah, of course.
When you first had occasion to meet him, was that a result of him reaching out to you or somebody on his team reaching out to you, or you reaching out to his team?
They invited me to, I believe, a show. And I believe that's the first time I met him. I think it was a show. And the show was at like SOB's. SOB is a nightclub, or used to be a night. I don't know what it is now. It's a particular venue in New York City.
And did you get to meet him personally at that show or after the show?
Yeah, I was backstage with him. We chopped it up. Cool guy.
And did you guys click right away?
Yeah. Keep in mind, chat, this is Milagro Cooper and Meg Thee Stallion Deposition. All they asking about is Drake, Nicki, and fucking Tory. God damn, and Grand Wizard chat nigga. God damn. He was a very progressive type of person. Like, that was a time when I think rappers didn't understand the idea that there were media personalities or people who were maybe not producers, A&Rs, or street dudes that, you know, would have some type of voice or influence or control platforms that their music could be disseminated on. And rappers used to stay away from those people. He was one of those people who'd be like, no, I fuck with you. Or, sorry for the cursing, but I like you. You're cool. So, you know, yeah, we hung out and it was good. I watched him do an amazing performance, and, you know, we kind of built a relationship from there.
And did you ever have him on any of your Withdrawn? Did you ever interview him or otherwise have him in as part of any of your streams?
Yeah. He used to call in at times to just kind of like, you know, add, you know, context about maybe music he dropped. I've interviewed him on my podcast, Off the Record, and yeah, I think I've done a decent amount of content. We've even back in my still in my Fortnite days, like I played Fortnite with him, and they used to pair like, you know, kind of like celebrities with. Yeah, they be tight. I'm gonna get my stories out. Shut the fuck. I'm gonna get my stories out. They just want me to be like, fuck this nigga. Like these pro players, and he was paired with someone. So we were kind of going against each other in like a basically. Yo, tell Shorty right here, man. We rock with her, man. A celebrity Fortnite game. Yo, Shorty, we gonna get your promotion over there, okay? We like the blackface. So yeah. Meaning that we love that we're seeing black faces over there, not blackface as a monic or like a, you know, mockery or whatever. You know, obviously you're a black person, clearly. That's kind of like the nature.
Got it. And you said that over time your relationship developed because you were able to hit it off so well. Is that about a fair approximation of what you were saying before?
Yes.
So you guys had occasion to go to dinner?
Never went to dinner.
Okay. Well, did you have occasion to hang out with one another outside of any sort of professional context?
Yeah, I've gone to the club with him. I've been to his penthouse in Miami. But yeah.
Would you say that you? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, would you say that you have a close personal relationship with him?
Well, it depends on what we're talking about. So I would say I know him more than most rappers. I wouldn't say that we're best friends. Like, I'm pretty sure on the list of people that he would call if he had a problem or issue or he needed someone to talk to, unless it was music in nature, he's probably not calling my phone. So it's one of those people where, like, you know how you have work friends and then you have that one friend that you might invite out to the club, but you won't go everywhere with them. So it's like, he's like, she don't get it. A work associate that is a little bit closer than others because we have hung out in other capacities, yeah. But would I say I'm one of his closest and bestest friends? Absolutely not. Would I say he's the same to me? Absolutely not.
But would you consider him a friend nevertheless, even if not a close friend?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Has he ever confided anything in you and you in him?
What? I mean, I don't think men really just get on the phone and like just start going off like, "Hey, listen, I got something to confess." But yeah, we have off the record conversations. Like off the record conversations might be like, "Yo, what do you think this rapper is gonna do first week?" Yo, hey, what did you think about this record? Yo, what do you think this move should be? And honestly, and being very clear with y'all, when I talk to rappers, there's only only exception is probably YoungBoy and Cardi. They're the only two people that when we're having like real conversation, obviously off the record conversations, like most of these guys, they know about numbers. So like we might be like, damn, what you think Baby finna do? What you think so and so finna do? Damn, who you think the hottest rapper is right now? Like because they care, like that's their profession. It's like a sport. Like we're all in the game, bro. So yeah, that's most of my conversations off the record with rappers. Like you know what I mean? Like we'll be like, nah, this nigga is still popping. I'm like, nah, he falling off. But these are off the record conversation. That's what I'm talking about. For this person, you know, because again, a lot of times we're picking each other's brains, trying to strategize on how to, do whatever we could do to kind of like progress and excel in our respective fields. So yeah, we've had off the record conversation, not necessarily, oh, he's confided in me X, Y, or Z.
And just for clarity's sake, I think we all know the answer to this question, but as a lawyer, I have to ask certain sort of foundational questions. Mm-hmm. You're aware that Mr. Lanez is incarcerated today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfairly.
During the course of his incarceration, have you been in contact with him?
I have spoke to him.
Have you gone to visit him?
No.
Have you spoken to him mostly on the phone then?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been through the jail provided calls? Or the phones, rather?
I'm not sure how they were, how those calls were facilitated, but I did speak to him, and always had good words for me, and I always had good words for him. But I think it was because I heard that little jail. This is a collection car or whatever it is. So I think that's what it is, but I can't be sure all the time. Anyway, yeah, we've spoken a couple times.
Has anybody spoken to you on Tory's behalf while he's been incarcerated?
Tory's behalf as a what?
Sort of as an intermediary. Has anybody ever said, oh, I spoke to Tory, he wanted me to give you this message? Something to that effect.
No. So with Tory, so I'm going to assume that doesn't mean music-wise. So I'm always privy to many people's releases. Like, for example, Offset's dropping music. His label just hit me, do you want the album today? That's not talking to Offset, right? So I wouldn't consider any conversation of the sort talking to Tory, but there's never a time where someone says, yo, give this message to Ak, which has nothing to do with music, right? So, this is why I have to like explain these relationships, because me communicating with an artist or communicating with someone on behalf of an artist, I wouldn't necessarily say that's communicating with them, but I do have communications that usually include music, because anytime he's dropped music, right, and I've always, he knows I'm a fan. I want to know when it's coming out. If we could get a window of early release, let's do that. There's people that he employs that usually serves up, I guess, music to the DSPs or whoever. Yeah, they would handle those type of things, but no one particularly has ever said, hey, Tory needs to pass you a message. No.
When you do speak to Mr. Lanez on the phone during the course of his incarceration, what do you talk about generally?
Well, I try to be the window to what's going on out here. So, we'll talk about the latest thing I'm posting on Instagram. Like, hey, yo, this just happened. I was just like, in the midst of like the Diddy trial, I think we had like a conversation. I was like, yo, this is crazy, da. And, he was very optimistic, hoping that, things, resulted in at least fairly, because, his disposition and mine as well is that, his incarceration wasn't that fair. But other than that, I'm just usually his eyes and ears to the outside world. So I'll give him an update there, and he'll be like, really, that's happening? And, sometimes I'll tell him about the latest debates I've had, because he's a very spirited and, won't say necessarily opinionated, but really smart and witty when it comes to music industry type things. So, if I could get a quick debate out of him, I would.
When you say that you and he believe that his incarceration was...
Counsel, please get closer to the mic.
Sorry. When you say that let's try this again. When you say that you and him have had conversations about his incarceration not being that fair, you're referring to Mr. Lanez's incarceration?
Oh, no, I didn't say we had conversations. I said our disposition. I think we have similar dispositions. I didn't say we talked about it. It's about it. I said, I along with him believe he's incarcerated unfairly. I mean, I think we don't need to have a conversation about it. He has filed multiple appeals, and me personally, I have, in my personal opinion, I think his incarceration is BS.
When you say BS, you mean bullshit, right?
Yeah, and unfair. Yes.
And by unfair, you mean unjust?
Yes.
And by unjust, would you say wrongfully convicted?
Yes.
What's your basis to believe that he was wrongfully convicted?
The basis would be, I sat through and watched, in hip hop, I cover the majority of trials and the majority of cases. And I not only have to do that, clearly I'm not a lawyer, you are, but I review all of these details, court transcripts of all these testimonies. And I thought the burden of proof was on the prosecutor to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Tory Lanez was not only in possession of a weapon, but shot Miss Pete. And I had a lot of doubt. There was a lot of doubt that I thought was more than reasonable. So under that premise, I don't see, or I couldn't stand behind a decision to put somebody in jail for 10 years when there's more than what I believe is reasonable doubt that he didn't commit these crimes. So, from there, I'm not gonna agree with any type of incarceration of him.
Did you reserve your opinion with respect to whether or not
Yo, she's so tight. She's so tight by this. I don't know why.
you thought that there was sufficient evidence to sustain a conviction against him until after the trial concluded, or did you speak on it during the duration of the trial?
Oh, definitely spoke on it during the duration. When people are watching me give an opinion or cover a trial, it's definitely rooted in how I see it, mixed with, hey, listen, these are the facts. But as we all know, a lot of times facts could, depending on how you put them, in what order, in who the facts supposedly are coming from, or even a testimony, it could really, the person who's receiving those things could go either way. So I always have an opinion and point of view. So from the get-go, I definitely thought, hey, listen, this is a crock of BS. And yes, that means bullshit. From the get-go, where the victim was supposedly, I felt like she was just lying. I felt like she was an habitual liar. I felt like she couldn't tell the truth to save her life. And then now when it relied on her testimony, along with a couple other things from what I've seen, but her testimony definitely was an important factor.
Just to interject real quick. When you say a couple other things, you mean other evidence that was admitted at trial and considered by the jury during the criminal trial, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right, like bullet fragments pulled from her feet, right? At surgery.
Some. Say again.
Okay, let's try the question again. She just objected to form. That's okay. You can still answer, but I'll repeat the question.
Another form is that it's assuming facts, not in evidence.
Okay, that's not an objection during a deposition, but okay. One of the forms of evidence.
By the way, that's Milagro's lawyer. So Milagro lawyer sits through all depositions because her client, this is a fact-finding situation, and anything I say, whether to help her or hurt her, she wants to be able to at least object that maybe some questions are inappropriate or she's leading or whatever. So that's Milagro lawyer talking in the background.
Was metallic fragments that were pulled from Miss Pete's feet after surgery that was admitted into trial, right?
Yes. Are we? I mean, I could broadly lay out why I feel that way, unless you're trying to get me to agree or disagree with each single point. The point of, and I'll sum it up for you. I'm gonna think someone is a liar when they get pulled over by the police and they tell the police I stepped on glass, and it doesn't come out later until you're mad. And I like to stay out of people's, I used to call it dick and pussy business. That's how I, colloquially refer to these things. When people get mad and they're in their feelings because they're having sex and they're in what's really a relationship that might be domestic or, however turbulent in nature, I like to stay out of those things because people's objectives change over time. So if I was supposed to believe this person who ends up being the star witness. When she first gets pulled over, she stepped on glass. If I was supposed to believe her in trial, when she now hates this guy, and we all know, and again, I'm saying we all know, but I'm saying it from just a societal perspective. Listen, there's no girlfriend that's going to have a bad breakup with you and then go say, this guy is the best guy ever. Stories are always going to change, perspective change. Then she says, no, he shot me. So again, I'm going off of those things, and I like to believe women. So when she tells me one thing and then she tells me another, I don't know what to believe, right? And to me, that's doubt already. That's doubt.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this question. At the end of every trial day, did you download the trend?
Belt to ass. This is Rock Nation's finest. This is what they got going on over there with Meg Thee Stallion. Yo, these lawyers just got three little letters at the end of their name saying they passed the bar. They talking dumb shit. Really, they doing it for the check. You know what's crazy? I guarantee even this girl right here, this lady, she probably a decent young lady. This is her gig. She got to do it to go get her money. I don't know if she has kids or she definitely probably has a family. Bro, they don't give a fuck, bro. If me and her was at a bar and I had nothing to do with the case or whatever, she'd probably tell me, I don't give a fuck about this Meg Thee Stallion shit. I'm just over there getting my bread. But I got to argue. That's my job. These lawyers don't believe what they're saying, bro. They're saying what they think. They're saying what they're paid to say. That's my client. Let me just try to wrap you around in legalese that you're going to look stupid. Now, she tried it with me for 7 hours. And chat, I'm going to let it play. I'm not cutting it right now because this is raw conversation. We got about 18 more minutes of this. This is Tory and Meg shit. We're straight talking about it. And if you in chat, y'all gonna be able to tell me, this lawyer really gave you belt to ass. But I think it's the opposite. Y'all are trying to get me on the record to say that I was just capping on my streams and in the media, and I don't believe it. And I sat there and told you, this chick is a liar. She is a liar yesterday, today, and I think she'll lie tomorrow. And I don't believe her. And this is why I have all the doubts about the particular case. She tried to sidestep me. Classic debate tactic. Well, the jury, they were there and they said this. Do you accept the verdict? That's basically saying, do you accept the jury's opinion? Of course I accept the verdict because I'm a law-abiding citizen of the United States of America, and we deal with law and justice. We, of course, are going to accept that. We're not going to do a January 6th. We're not going to fucking go break Tory out of the jail. However, it doesn't mean I have to accept that they made the right decision. That's the point. She was heated. It's like the Rock Nation Meg Thee Stallion propaganda. I thought y'all were here to find facts out, not to question me and try to change my mind. But let it go.
Scripts of the trial proceedings for that day and review them?
Not every
before you posted.
By the way, chat, I'm still on chill mode. Right now I'm on zone 2. I'm in gear 2. I ain't even really amp it up because I ain't think this chick was really trying me. I'm like, come on, I do this for a living. You a junior associate or whatever over there, they ain't even send Alex Spiro. If they send Alex Spiro, and I do mention him in this thing, if they send Alex Spiro, I knew they sent the big dog. They ain't send the big dog. They sent the pup. They sent the pup to spar with. You can't send the pup. Y'all sent the pup? Come on, man.
Before you streamed about them?
Not every day. That trial, we relied on numerous people giving their in-trial assessment of what was being presented, entered into evidence, and also all the testimony that was given in that day.
Okay. So you relied on somebody who was present in the courtroom to relay their opinions about what was presented in the courtroom to form your own opinions about what happened at the trial, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you personally were not present in the courtroom during the course of the criminal trial, right?
I was not.
Okay. And you didn't even go to a single day of the trial in person, correct?
No.
Okay. And you understand that after the trial, a jury came to a verdict, right?
I mean, that's how trials go. The verdicts is usually...
Right. And in this case, a jury did come to a verdict, correct?
Yeah. Yes, they did. They did. They convicted him. I still...
That's right. And they came to that they came to that conclusion unanimously, right?
Yes. And I still disagree.
Okay. But unanimity means that all 12 juror members signed on to the same verdict, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that was after those 12 juror members heard all of the evidence that was admitted in the trial, correct?
Yes. I completely.
So after hearing, just so that we're on the same page,
Yeah.
after hearing all of the evidence, all 12 individual members of the jury agreed that the prosecution had proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion on June 12th, 2020, right?
So I've never argued what the
Alan, it's a yes or no question.
Yes, I've never, but it's a non sequitur because I've never said
It's
that.
not a non sequitur, Mr. Allen. It's
No, it
a
is
question.
non sequitur because
Objection at the form.
just starting from what I said what I believed. You're telling me what the jury did. Me and the jury are not the same people. So, for example,
Understood.
OJ
Mr.
did
Allen,
get acquitted of murder, but there are reasonable people who believe he did it. I don't have to accept what the jury said just because it was unanimous and they saw quote unquote all of the testimony. Also, I don't even believe that. That's part of his entire appeal. We have
What's
three
part of
drunk
his
people.
entire appeal? What's part of his entire appeal?
Well, there's evidence and testimony that I think is. Let me lay this out. Meg Thee Stallion is a flat out liar, in my opinion.
What's your basis for saying that she's a flat
Because
out liar?
I've seen her say something on Gayle King, and then when it came to being questioned by the prosecutors and being on the stand, she said something different. If that's not a lie, you tell me what it is. Okay, so she was clearly intoxicated that night. I don't think that's a something we have to debate. Kelsey intoxicated that night. Okay, Tory intoxicated that night. The only person that was not intoxicated, the only person I wanted to hear. I don't want to hear from the drunk people. Hey, listen, you see this hand right here? I think my hand is broken. I was drunk. I don't know what happened. The only person that was sober that night was Jaquan, or whatever his name is, Jaquan. He's the person I want to hear. Again, from what I've seen, Tory's team, they definitely fumbled that because they should have had him testify. He didn't testify. But if I'm a person, again, I'm not saying if we didn't accept the jury's decision, we would have went to break him out of jail. And we're talking about we as a collective in terms of the people of the United States. But we accept that a jury, when they do their job, they do their job. So we accept all their decisions. Doesn't mean that we have to agree with the conclusion they came to. I just covered the Young Dolph trial. The guy just got found not guilty yesterday. Everybody who either covered the case or is from that community knows this guy is guilty. But the prosecutor did a bang-up job. That person was acquitted. So, again, no one's saying the jury didn't come to a unanimous decision convicting him. What we're saying is, despite that, we believe that he's being held in jail. And maybe I need to define this. When I say unfairly, we don't believe, or I don't believe, that he shot this woman, as the story is presented via how the trial went down. And
what is your basis? So, what I fail to understand is, as somebody who did not sit through the trial, did not hear through all the evidence, what is your basis for your belief that he did not shoot Megan Thee Stallion, although a jury of 12 who heard all the admissible evidence disagrees with you?
Argumentative.
Okay, Dixon, Rhonda, I need you to wait until I'm done answering my question before you object, so that the court report.
Yo, Milagro, why Rock Nation's lawyers violating your lawyer like that? Yo, my lawyer got a big dog this situation. You gotta bully the scene. You gotta, yo, come on, yo.
I bully the whole scene.
Yo,
I bully the whole scene.
Yo,
I bully the whole scene.
as soon as I got up in this depot, like I looked up at all these lawyer names, I said,
I bully the whole scene.
yo,
Oh, it's movie time.
come on.
Could get it down. And number two, I'm just going to ask that you, as is customary in federal court, reserve your objections to the form only that covers every type of substantive objection and reserves them all. Mr. Allen.
But could you just not ask compound questions and just ask one question for one fact so that I can keep up?
Rhonda, I don't believe it was a compound question, but I'll do my best to make sure the record is clear for everybody's sake. How about that?
Thank you.
All right. So, Mr. Allen, what I was asking was, can you explain to me the basis for your belief that Mr. Lanez did not actually shoot Megan Thee Stallion when, in point of fact, a jury of 12 determined that based on all of the evidence that they heard, that he did.
Ma'am,
Objection as to form.
I'll answer the question, but I feel like we are going in circles. I flat out stated that, again, I could lay out 20 points if you want to just consume and eat up time having me do that. But the initial, this is what lawyers do. They're on the clock. They're on the clock. Chat, let me tell you, I know how lawyers, I just had to send a lawyer 50,000. This was yesterday or 2 days ago. Trust me. It ain't never feel good. And when they send me the invoice, oh, we spent an hour and a half on a phone internally, but it's for your case, so that's $3,000. Huh? What? But that's how it is. So I always tell people about lawyers, bro, all they do is good at wasting time. There are great lawyers, right? And there are great lawyers, but lawyers do realize, because most of them work off of a time clock, they like to just waste time rather than get into the shit. So, for example, this woman has asked me the same question multiple times. I said, yes, I accept that Tory Lanez got found guilty by a jury. I still don't believe he is actually guilty. She wants me to say something else. She's asking this question in every different way. This is only the work of lawyers who are just trying to waste the time to run their bill up. Let's be honest, chat. Basis of me believing that this did not happen as how, yes, he is convicted, is because I believe Meg Thee Stallion is a liar. She lied initially. She lied on the national news. And I am skeptical that the
I'm happy for Meg Thee Stallion for finding someone who's taller than her. I'm not gonna lie. I'd never understood why Meg Thee Stallion messed with rappers and why she never just messed with NBA players, like relationship wise. They're all tall. They're richer than rappers. But the thing is, Meg Thee Stallion, even though people don't like her, she's probably really, really rich now. Like, probably up, like, making like 30 plus a year. Even though she's not like, her being with Klay Thompson, feel me? I'm not surprised. It's a good thing. We mess with Klay, even though he left the Warriors. She went the monkey. What is Klay Thompson? Is he black? Is he mixed? I don't know what Klay Thompson is. Klay Thompson reminds me of Travis Kelce when he used to be with the black girl. So, amen. Wish the best for them. Everything goes well. No hate. Free Tory. And yeah, it's your boy Big Akademiks. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I am out.